Welcome to Incite Innovation, an IE podcast that empowers innovation leaders and inspires teams to think boldly, act strategically, and spark transformation. I'm your host, Anna, an AI-generated digital twin and your guide to exploring modern innovations. And as always, alongside co-host Isaac, a knowledgeable virtual avatar able to mold to the thoughts of top industry experts. Join us as we explore key trends, practices, technologies, and ideas that shape the future of innovation leadership. Whether you're looking to inspire your team, stay ahead of the curve, or build a culture of innovation, you're in the right place.
Great to be back, Anna. Ready to explore some new frontiers reshaping the world.
Today, we're unpacking some fascinating insights from the second release of Anthropic Economic Index. For those unfamiliar, this index is a really interesting initiative tracking from Anthropic on the economic impacts of AI, and we will be focusing on their latest report following the launch of Claude 3.7 Sonnet.
Precisely. It's like having a finger on the pulse of how AI is actually impacting our economy and job landscape.
And it's not just high-level theory, right? This report digs into real usage data from Anthropic's own Claude.ai and offers some quite tangible findings that have caught my attention. Are you ready to break it down?
Absolutely. Let's dive in and uncover some of those key insights.
So Isaac, let's start with the basics. Can you give us a brief overview of the Anthropic Economic Index itself? What's its purpose and what are its main goals?
Sure thing, Anna. At its core, the Anthropic Economic Index is designed to shine a light on the economic impacts of AI. They are really aiming to understand how AI technologies are affecting labor markets, the economy as a whole, and even specific industries. The goal here is not just to make predictions, but to actually measure and track what's happening in real time. This is to move beyond just simple speculation, and instead base our understanding on actual measurable data and trends. This helps inform business leaders, policymakers, and anyone else curious to stay informed and make grounded decisions about AI's role in our workplace and society.
That's a really helpful overview, Isaac. Now let's dive into the latest report. What are some of the key findings related to how Claude 3.7 Sonnet is being used?
Certainly. One of the significant trends we've observed is an increase in usage across a few key areas. Specifically, we're seeing more activity related to coding, which isn't entirely surprising given Claude 3.7 Sonnet's strengths in that domain. But beyond that, we're also seeing notable increases in educational applications, scientific research, and even healthcare-related tasks. We also dug into how people are leveraging Claude 3.7 Sonnet's new extended thinking mode, which is designed to allow the model to tackle more complex questions and problems. What we found is that this mode is predominantly used for technical and creative problem solving. For example, tasks associated with computer and information research scientists are showing high usage of this mode, as are software developers. We're also seeing use among multimedia artists and video game designers, hinting at Claude's potential for creative applications.
That's fascinating. So, with AI becoming more capable, how is it changing the way we work? I'm curious about the balance between AI augmentation, where AI helps us do our jobs better, versus full-on automation, where AI replaces human tasks. What does the data say about that?
That's a crucial question, Anna, and one that we're closely tracking. Interestingly, our latest data suggests that the overall balance between augmentation and automation has remained relatively stable. Augmentation still accounts for about 57% of AI usage, indicating that people are primarily using Claude to enhance their existing workflows rather than completely replace them. However, that doesn't mean things aren't changing under the surface. We are seeing a shift in the types of tasks that fall into each category. For instance, we've seen an increase in what we call learning interactions, where users ask Claude for information or explanations on various topics. That's gone up from about 23% to 28%, suggesting that people are increasingly using Claude as a learning tool.
You mentioned new approaches. Can you tell us more about this bottom-up taxonomy that is being used to analyze how people are using Claude.ai?
That's right, Anna. Anthropic developed a new, bottom-up taxonomy of usage on Claude.ai. This involves analyzing user activity patterns to identify 630 granular clusters or categories. These range from very specific tasks like help resolve household plumbing, water, and maintenance issues, all the way to more complex and sophisticated challenges like provide guidance on battery technologies and charging systems. The real value here is that it allows us to uncover use cases that we might miss with more traditional, top-down approaches, which tend to map usage onto a predefined list of tasks. This bottom-up method can reveal how people are creatively using Claude in ways we didn't initially anticipate. It allows us to see the granular, actual, emerging patterns of AI usage in real-world situations.
This is all fascinating, Isaac, but let's bring it back to our listeners, particularly those in leadership roles. What are the practical implications of these findings for innovation leaders and their teams?
That's a great question, Anna. I think there are several key takeaways for innovation leaders. First, the data on usage patterns can inform decisions about AI adoption. By understanding where AI is already being used effectively, leaders can identify opportunities to integrate these tools into their own workflows and processes. Second, the report can help with task allocation. The insights into augmentation versus automation can guide leaders in determining which tasks are best suited for AI assistance and which still require human expertise. This can lead to a more efficient and effective division of labor within teams. Finally, the findings can inform skill development. By identifying the skills that are most complementary to AI, leaders can invest in training and development programs that prepare their teams for the future of work. This might include things like critical thinking, creativity, and complex problem solving. Ultimately, the goal is to empower teams to work alongside AI in a way that maximizes their collective potential. And direct research and exposure to tools like Claude.ai is a great way to get started.
So, Isaac, what's next for the Anthropic Economic Index? What can we expect in future reports?
I believe Anthropic's really just getting started, Anna. They plan to continue tracking these metrics and developing new ones as AI capabilities improve and models continue to be applied across the economy. This is the second release we're talking about today, and they are aiming to release more frequent updates and dive deeper into specific sectors and industries. This is a really complex and evolving field, so it requires constant monitoring and refinement of approaches to better understand the state of AI.
This has been an insightful discussion, Isaac. To summarize, we've learned about the Anthropic Economic Index, its latest findings from Claude 3.7 Sonnet, and the implications for business leaders and their innovation teams. The key takeaway is that AI's economic impacts are complex and evolving, and it's crucial to track them to make informed decisions.
Right, understanding the balance of augmentation and automation, the nuances of AI usage across different tasks and occupations, and the potential of bottom-up approaches will become critical as AI continues to advance. This will help inform better decisions about AI adoption, task allocation, and team development.
Thanks for sharing your expertise, Isaac. It's been a pleasure having you on the show.
My pleasure, Anna. Always happy to share our latest insights.
And thank you, listeners, for tuning in to Incite Innovation, your catalyst for creativity and growth. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to our podcast for future episodes on the latest insights, impact business, technology, and innovation. Or check out our website at https://innovationedge.com/innovationedge-team/. Be sure to join us next time and remember to get started today.